Hey beautiful people, welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. This class is going to be short and express. We are going to be opening the full body, but in particular we're opening the front of the body. We've got some beginner intermediate back bend variations that we're going to play with today, with an option to advance towards the end as we go. Let's get started in a standing position in our Tadasana. So come to the top of your mat. Bring the feet about hip width distance and soften the knees, soften the shoulders away from the ears, and maybe closing down the eyes for a moment. Starting to connect with the breath, so feeling the breath enter through the nose, filling up the diaphragm, the ribs and the chest. And you're letting the exhale soften the ribs in slightly, feeling your lungs deflate. And before we start to move in our practice today, just like we're witnessing our breath, can you also witness your experience? So witnessing your experience in your body today, in your mind and in your heart. Not attaching anything that comes up. Try not to be judgmental, but again, just taking that third person observer perspective. And that allows us to tap into us as we truly are in this practice. It may allow us to find more clarity, more connection. Start to crack open the eyes slightly. Big breath in, sweep both hands up and over the head. Urdhva Hastasana, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, take the hands behind the back. Clasp the hands together. Big breath in, open the chest, pull the knuckles down. Exhale. Start to take the hands towards the right side of the hip. Breathe in, lift up tall. As you exhale, can you drop your ear towards the right shoulder? So we're creating some space down the left side of the neck. Use your next breath in, come back through center. Exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. Such a nice way to open through the upper back, the traps. They can get so tight during our day. Breathe in, release the knuckles down, squeeze the palms together. As you exhale, soften the knees, tip yourself forward, reach the palms over your head towards the front of your mat. This is quite intense, so at any point you can release the hands towards the ground. Take a little shift from side to side here, bending one knee, bending the other knee. Keep trying to squeeze the palms together, and that's going to start to open the shoulders. Let the weight of the upper body be heavy here. Maybe a little bounce up and down feels good. Bring the hands towards the shins. Breathe in, lift yourself halfway. Shoulders pulled down the spine. As you exhale, hands to the ground, step back into your tabletop position. So hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a big step forward with both hands. Big breath in. Exhale, dive the heart space towards the ground. So we've got some juicy stretches to begin our practice with. This is our puppy pose here. The hips are landed over the knees. The heart space is pulling towards the ground. We may be bringing some pressure into our fingertips and our hands to start to open the shoulders even more. Let's try 2 more breaths here. Filling up the back of the ribs and then using the exhale to deepen and let go. All we're doing today is moving energy through the body, moving energy through the more subtler parts of ourselves as well. Use your next breath and start a ripple from the tailbone. Lift yourself up. Keep the hands exactly where they are. Then squeeze the glutes, lower the hips towards the ground. Start to draw the elbows in, lie yourself down. Inhale, baby Bhujangasana, light press through the hands as you lift it through the chest. As you exhale, press up onto your knees, tuck onto your toes, but send your hips back over your heels. Crouching Balasana. Now you can stay on the ground with the knees, or you could try hug the knees up towards the chest. Can you pull the armpits towards the ground? Breathe in, start to lengthen the legs. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Maybe taking a little walk out here. Again, this can feel quite intense, depending on when you're practicing, depending on your body. So just being really gentle and kind to ourselves in these positions. Let's find a moment of stillness. Take a big breath in. Sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. Then start to exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. So we're trying to lift the right knee as high as you can, soften the left knee. Inhale, can you start to lift the eye gaze, try kick the right heel towards the head. As you exhale, roll yourself forward, tap the right knee towards the right elbow. Inhale, kick back, look forward. Exhale, roll yourself, right knee to the left elbow, press out of the ground. Inhale, kick back, look forward. Exhale, curl under, try tap the right knee towards the right elbow, the right nose. Set the right foot in between the hands, lower the left knee down. Start to walk the right foot towards the outside of the mat. Breathe in, open the right arm wide. As you exhale, can you pull the right elbow down, cactusing out the arm. Inhale, tuck onto the left toes. Exhale, lengthen both legs as you reach the right hand towards the back foot. 2 more times. Inhale, drop the left knee. Exhale, twist open towards the right. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale as you reach. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, linking movement with breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands towards the ground, set your right foot back to a plank position. Inhale, shift the weight forward, either on the knees or the toes. Chaturanga, bending the elbows close towards the body. Come down to your belly. Take the palms behind your back. Clasp them together, breathe in, lift through the chest, squeeze in the glutes. As much as we can, we're trying to pull the palms together. 1 more breath here. This variation will have the feet on the ground. When you're ready, lower your chest down, press up onto the knees, tuck onto the toes, hips go back over the heel. Crouch Balasana, hug the knees towards the chest. Use your next breath in, start to lengthen the legs. Exhale, lower the heels, bend the knees. Try that on the other side. Breathe in, sweep the left toes high. As you exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. Inhale, start to lift the eye gaze, press the heel towards the head. As you exhale, roll forward, left knee towards the left elbow. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, press away from the ground. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, roll forward, left knee to nose, hug it in. Set the left foot in between the hand, drop the right knee down. Take a little wiggle of the left foot towards the outside of the mat. Inhale, start to open the left elbow to the left. Exhale, bend it down, drop the hips. Inhale, tuck onto the right toes. Exhale, lengthen both legs, reach the left hand to the right foot. Reaching pyramid. 2 more times, using your own breath. You're sliding the shoulders away from the ears. Starting to feel some warmth through the front of the body and through the spine. Next, inhale, bring the left hand towards the ground, set the left foot back to your plank position. As you exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga, elbows bending close, knees or toes. Come down to the ground, sweep the hands behind you. Big breath in as you draw the knuckles down your spine. This time, can you zip your feet together and start to lift the heels off as well. You're trying to make your legs as long as you can. Squeeze the inner legs together. Try to take 1 more breath here. Release the chest, bring the hands by the ribs, breathe in, press onto your knees. Exhale, tuck onto the toes, lift the knees to the chest, armpits pull down, and then start to lift your hips up. Ardha Krishnasana, downward facing dog. Let's use our next breath in, walk towards the top of the mat. Maybe bring the feet hip width distance again, and then as you exhale, fold yourself forward, let the upper body be heavy here. Hands come to the shins, breathe in, lift yourself halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise, sweep the arms, lift the eye gaze. Exhale, hands by the sides, Tadasana. We're going to move into our main sequence here, main flow. Breathe in, lift the arms, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend the knees, tip yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down, step back into your plank, Chaturanga, come down onto your belly. Take the hands behind you. Shalabhasana, breathe in, lift through the chest, lift through the feet. Now you have an option here if you'd like to find the Dhanurasana half bow. bend the right leg. See if you can hook the right foot, the right ankle in between the hands. Start to find a little bit of a kick. You might find this easier if you flex the right foot. This is just an option. Take one more breath here. Draw the right knee in slightly. Exhale, lower yourself towards the ground. Breathe in as you press onto your knees, tuck onto the toes. Exhale, hug the knees towards the chest. Inhale, start to lengthen the legs. Exhale, soften the heels towards the ground. Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, sweep the right toes high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the foot close towards the glute. Right shoulder pulls down. Start to lift the eye gaze. Breathe in. As you exhale, roll yourself forward, draw the right knee towards the nose, step the right foot in between the hands, lower the left knee down, walk the right foot out slightly. Breathe in, start to open the right elbow wide. Exhale, tuck onto the left toes, reach behind you. 2 more times. Inhale, drop the knee open. Exhale to pull down. Inhale to reach the right hand back. Exhale, draw the chest through even more. So you can do it 1 breath per movement. You can just use the inhale. You can just use the exhale. Up to you. Movement with breath in your own body. Here we're going to get a little bit funky. Start to shift the weight back into the right foot. See if you can take the outside of the left foot with your right hand. Kick your left heel forward. Pistol squat. You can bring your left hand down if you want the challenge. See if you can hover the left hand off. Okay, you can absolutely touch down and just roll yourself up to standing if you want the challenge. See if you can press through the right foot, lift yourself up high, and then place the left foot down. Lots of options along the way. Okay, we're gonna try that the other side. Breathe in and lift, maybe baby back bend here feels good. Exhale, bend the knees, tip yourself forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, hand cushions, lift yourself halfway. Exhale, hands to the ground. You can step or hop back through your Chaturanga. Come down to your belly. Breathe in as you take the hands behind you, lift up through the chest. Maybe you lift the feet as well. Try to make your limbs long here. You can stay here or you can bend the left knee. See if you can scoop the left toes through the crease of the hands. Maybe you flex a foot and kick away. So we're finding a Ardha Dhanurasana variation, half bow. Big breath in, lift up a little bit taller. Exhale, lower down, hands by the ribs. Press up onto your knees and your breath in. Exhale, tuck onto the toes. Hug the knees towards the chest. Inhale, lengthen the legs. Exhale, find depth in this asana. Inhale, sweep the left toes high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the left foot, draw the left shoulder down. Inhale, start to lift the eye gaze. Can you kick the foot towards the head? As you exhale, roll forward, draw the left knee towards the chest. Set the left foot in between the hands. Walk the left knee out, drop the right knee down. Inhale, open the left elbow wide. Exhale, deepen into your twist here. Inhale, tuck onto the right toes. Exhale, reach behind you. 2 more times. Use your own breath here. And just reminding ourselves that we're trying to witness whatever is coming up in our experience today. So as we move through asanas, it's likely that you're going to find something else comes up in the mind and the heart. This is where we come into our funky transition. Start to bend the left knee, draw the right knee towards the chest. Outside of the right foot is clasped with the left hand, kick the foot through. Right fingertips might be on the ground. Try to pull the left shoulder back. Again, you can touch the right foot down and just roll yourself up if you want the challenge. See if you can press through the left foot. Lift the right foot high. And then start to come down. Well done. Okay, just take a moment to breathe here. We've got one more flow to practice with, and then we're going to slow things down. Start to shift the weight into the left foot. Breathe in, sweep the right knee high, reach the hands up. As you exhale, you start to kick the right foot away. Keep reaching the hands forward, Virabhadrasana 3. Start to circle the hands behind you. Clasp the hands together, big breath in. Try reach the knuckles behind. Option here if you'd like, hook the right toes through the hand crease here. This is just an option. Start to find a little kick if you do. Maybe you flex the right foot. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. So finding a Natarajasana variation, you can also just release one hand. So right hand comes around the foot, left hand comes forward. One more breath. You're going to get a little bit funky here again. Lots of balance. Start to draw the right knee up towards the chest. Take the left hand around the outside of the right foot. Lower yourself down into your pistol squat. Okay, you might need your hand to help you there. Inhale, start to press through the left foot. Exhale, reach the left hand towards the right foot, reaching pyramid. Inhale, drop the right knee down. Exhale to twist. Bring the left hand towards the mat. Breathe in as you step back into your plank position. Exhale, lower towards the ground. You have the option here for your full Dhanurasana. Otherwise, finding half Dhanurasana. If you're trying full with me, clasping same hand to the same outer foot, flexing the toes and trying to find a little bit of a kick. So using a breath in to lift up, inflate through the chest. Squeezing glutes, exhaling, pulling the shoulders back, kicking away further with the feet. One more breath here. When you're ready, lower yourself down. Bring the hands by the ribs. Breathe in, press yourself up onto your knees. Exhale, crouch. Draw the shoulders down. Inhale, start to lengthen the legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Little short sequence here. Can you breathe in, sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knees, flex the foot. Start to look forward on your breath in. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee towards the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands, turn towards the left. Left heel comes in, right heel is in, Utkatasana, goddess pose. Option here if you want to try lift the heels off the ground, draw the ribs in slightly. Breathe in, lift both hands up. As you exhale, right hand comes up and over, side bend. Left hand reaches towards the right thigh. Inhale to lift. Exhale, right hand travels towards the left thigh, left hand comes up and over. Plant the heels down, breathe in, lengthen the legs, turn the toes in. Exhale, Salutations. Little shift of the hips side to side. Wide-legged forward bend. Walk towards your right foot. Can you soften the left leg slightly as you breathe in and sweep your right hand as far up as you can. Exhale, can you twist a little bit further? Keep the arm up as you turn the right toes towards the front of the mat, twisted lunge. You can stay here or start to pivot the left heel towards the ground, right toes towards the side. Drop the hips down, horizon pose. Inhale to lift the hips. Reach the arm forward, exhale to drop. Inhale, circle the right hand back towards the ground, frame out the right foot. Exhale, step the left foot through Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, hands to shins. Exhale to fold. Inhale to roll up. Squeeze the glutes, lift the eye gaze, hands by the sides, Tadasana. Okay, last time here. Breathe in, sweep the left knee high, arms raise up. As you exhale, keep the arms over your head as you kick your left heel away. Drop the left hip down slightly. Sweep the hands behind you, big breath in as you clasp the hands and start to pull the hands down the back. You could stay here if you want to. You could try bend the left leg and scoop the left foot into the hand. See if you can find a little bit of a kick here. Draw the shoulder blades back. You're flexing the foot and leading with the left heel. Start to release the hands. Scoop the left knee forward. Right hand comes to the outside of the left foot. Try lower the hips towards the ground. Pistol squat. Again, left hand might come out to help. Use your next breath in. Lift up through the right leg. Exhale, step the left foot back. Reach the right hand towards the toes. Inhale, drop the left knee down. Exhale as you open the elbow wide. We've been here before. Inhale, lengthen the right leg. Exhale to lengthen the hand back. Hands come around towards the top of the mat. Breathe in as you step the right foot back. Exhale, Chaturanga. Option for Dhanurasana again, if you would like to try any other variation. We can also try our Bekasana, which is our frog pose. So maybe you just try one leg here. The foot comes onto the outside of the glutes, you're pointing your toes, and you're trying to stretch the foot to the outside of the hip. If you want to try full Bekasana, variation of a frog pose. You're trying to do both at the same time. So using your inhale to lift and lengthen, exhaling to draw the chest back. Let's release whatever variation we have, hands by the ribs. Breathe in as you press up onto your knees. Exhale, tuck onto the toes, hips go back. Lengthen the legs on an inhale. Exhale, soften. Inhale, sweep the left toes, high three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. Start to look forward on your breath in, shoulders pull down. Exhale, roll yourself forward. Left knee to nose, set the left foot in between the hands, pivot towards the right. Right heel comes down, open the arms wide. Knees press out over the toes. Option here if you want is to lift the heels off. Breathe in, sweep both hands up and over. As you exhale, right hand comes up and over, left hand reaches towards the left thigh. Inhale, stay low as you switch. Exhale, bend, lift the left rib off the hip. Place the heels down, turn the toes in, big breath in, lift up tall. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Eka Pada Rajakapotanasana. Start to walk your hands towards your right foot. Soften the left knee slightly. Breathe in as you reach the left hand as high as you can. As you exhale, can you twist a little bit further through the thoracic spine? Start to pivot back towards the top of the mat. Keep the left hand extended, right toes come down. Breathe in and lift. Option to stay here, or on your exhale, drop the right heel down, left toes turn to the side, hips lower. Inhale, lift the hips. Keep the chest square to the left. Exhale, lower down. Use your next breath in, place the left hand down. This time as we exhale, just send yourself back into a balasana, child's pose. Full knees on the ground here. Letting go of any tension that's arisen. When you're ready, just start to walk yourself up and we'll come onto our sit bones. So we've got one final variation to play with, and that is our variation of our pigeon pose. Let's take the right leg forward, sweep the left leg back. Take the hands wide, breathe in, lift up. And then as you exhale, try to draw the left hip towards the right heel. So a few different variations we have here. You could just walk yourself forward and hang out in a more a sleeping pigeon. If you want to try a back bend within this variation and work towards your Eka Pada Rajakapotanasana, it's a long name, I know. You can walk your hands back, otherwise known as King Pigeon. Maybe this is enough for you, just hands by the sides, trying to lift up and back. If you wanted to try a quadricep stretch, you could take the left foot with the left hand and try pull the foot close towards the glutes. Maybe you find the foot into the elbow crease and the right hand comes up and over. This is a very strong opening, a very strong sensation. So just take this where you want to go. If you wanted to try full King Pigeon, you can take the right hand towards the back left of the foot. You can also use a strap. You're tucking the right elbow in, you're trying to breathe in, lift it tall, and then as you exhale, you might dive your head back slightly. I know that I'm not the most warm at the moment, so I'm not going to try push this into any place further. If you want to try, you're more than welcome to. Let's try 2 more breaths. Release the left foot if you have it up. Come onto your right hip bone, extend your left leg out long. And let's find a forward fold to counter that. So breathing in, lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. If you are wanting to try your King Pigeon with a little bit more warming up, I have a longer variation. It's a 17 minutes hips flow. And that longer time will allow you to deepen into this asana a little bit more. Start to walk yourself up, and we're going to try that on the other side. So take the left heel in, sweep the right foot around. Breathe in, try to lift the hips up. As you exhale, see if you can pull the right hip forward. Again, you might lean yourself forward, or if you wanted to try your back bend variation, because we have been warming up into that, feel free to take your right foot up, bring it in close. Maybe the right foot comes into the wrist crease. Maybe your mermaid is where you find yourself today. And you're trying to draw your left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Again, if you want to try full variation, you could take your left thumb around and try to find the opening through the upper body. Let's take about 2 more breaths here. And start to slide the left hip bone towards the side. Sweep the right leg around. We're going to head down onto our back. Roll yourself down. Draw the knees into the chest, so we're just releasing those deep sensations that we might have experienced in that asana. If you'd like to finish with a twist, draw the right knee towards the chest, extend the left leg out long, and then start to twist the right knee over towards the left. You might extend the right hand towards the side. I do have a very clicky spine. And then when you're ready, just coming back through center, big breath in, draw the left knee towards the chest. As you exhale, draw it over towards the right. See if you can keep the left shoulder on the ground here, finding full connection of the back of the shoulders with the earth. Come back through center, and we'll find our way into a Savasana. So finding a position that feels comfortable. We're not going to be here for too long. Just a minute or so to perhaps witness again anything that has arisen during our practice. To try and find softness in our body, softness in our breath. Finding pause before we enter the rest of the day. And start to bring a little bit of movement back into our body, into our breath. And when you're ready, we'll find a way into a seated position. Maybe you start by drawing the knees towards the chest and grabbing the backs of the legs to roll yourself up. Closing down the eyes for the final moments of our class. Our back bends and our heart openers are associated with energizing, bringing that uplift in the energy, the opening, and perhaps you feel that right now. Again, just witnessing your experience. Maybe you don't feel like that. Either way, it's important to carve out time where you can just spend time with yourself. Bring the hands through heart center. I thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope to see you again sometime soon. Namaste.